One of the challenges that I see in trying to get blockchain implemented in a government level tends to be their IT department, right? And so Randall or any of the guys from the your team in dealing with I don't know how many people I don't know how much you've dealt with government folks yet. Have you had what kind of conversations do you have with the sort of IT departments? Do you see any resistance? I'm guessing that they've got a lot of questions, a lot of fears, doubts, and concerns. How do you deal with integrating with IT departments, or do you even have to? Is it essentially not because that's even better if you don't have to deal with the IT departments, then you avoid all of the government, authority to operate and all of those requirements. What's going on in that area?
Sure. So typically in talking with, IT directors, we have a city here outside of Atlanta called Roswell. And, talking with them over the years, or even state people, economic development groups, across all levels, city, county, state, um, there's a lot of it is the concerns are around security and uncertainty of new technologies. I mean, just even getting permission for a new regular device onto a government network, has a lot of security concerns, and especially with this being a new radio, new technology. I mean, it's a decade old or 8 years old, somewhere close to that. Most people haven't even heard of it before, and then there's the security issues there, as well as um, then needing the approval and pretty much getting the buy-in, right? You got to get everybody to buy into, okay, well, mostly it's education. Let me simply put it as that: it's education, and removing the FUD, the fear, uncertainty, and doubt around this, right? It could be quicker to be able to have some different locations around, even as a demonstration, to then go back to the government saying, hey, look, we set up 15 of these, we set up 20 of these, and it's already working. Here are the results, and it takes only your permission, on your locations to continue the deployment, and then list all the reasons and benefits, of why that's a good decision. Typically I try and probably the last 3-4 years, or last 3 years, have been dropping the word. Don't even mention blockchain. Don't even mention crypto. Mostly because then that you could be in conversation with them for a while, and then instead of educating them on the technology and the positive points of deployment, then once you say blockchain, it kind of glosses over, and then it becomes an education session on blockchain and cryptocurrencies, which with GBA, we have a multi-day course that are full days that go over that kind of material. And then, yeah, maybe Silvio has some other inputs on that as well. We've been working on the Miami Airport project probably for like a year, as well as, we had to pause that until the new elections came. Then, you could be building up a case to get a pilot going for so many months or even years in some cases. And then the new guy comes in, and, you have to start over, or, there's challenges around that direction as well.
Yes. Listen. So before Sylvia jumps in, Adam. Uh, so Adam is an IT employee right outside of Boston. And Adam, I'm curious, uh, from your perspective as an employee of an IT department, um, a public sector IT department, what do you think would be some of the thoughts, questions, concerns? What problems do you think this thing would solve? How do you think they would respond if you brought this idea to them?
I agree with the last speaker that staying out of the weeds of too much of the technology. I think in general, governments are behind the curve in technology, while some governments are, especially smaller ones. So kind of focusing on, more the use or the results of the project, I think would be beneficial. And one project that comes to mind up here in the Northeast is tracking our snow plows as they drive around town. And I'm watching the snow fall out my window. Something big and visible like that could be a good opening use case. And so, yeah, I think kind of narrowing down a small group of use cases that they could conceptualize, even just IoT in general, and also how simple it could be to put, a handful of miners out there to provide the infrastructure for this.